Hi guys, so it's hump day lesson day. I'd like to do a guitar lesson with you guys. First, before we get into the lesson, I want to demonstrate my equipment and how good I think it is, which I do think it's good. First of all, this is my hello. Oh, I'm not playing anything. Okay, got it. I was trying to test the volume, but I wasn't playing anything. This is the amp I use, just the clean setting I use. Then I stump on the radiator. It's a good tone, huh? I have a whammy pedal. I have a whammy pedal here. So you click it on, and then it can do this. And then I also have a wah pedal, as well as my whammy pedal. Both pedals start with W in their name. This is my wah pedal. Pedals are very cool for good sound. And now let's dive into the lesson. So, I'm just improvising this lesson. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to talk about, but let me think a little bit. I like to use the higher harmonics than are normal. 5th fret, 4th fret, 3.2, 2.66, 2.3. And don't forget those. That was all on the G string, but you did it on any of the strings. Okay, I was giving a lesson about the alterations of scales of the major scale and its modes to get the different types of scale. I'd like to show that on the guitar now, in case that went over some people's heads a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so you have 3 minor modes, and that's Phrygian, Aeolian, and Dorian. 3 major modes: Mixolydian, Ionian, and Lydian. And with major modes, you flat the 6th. In minor modes, you sharp the 7th. In Locrian, we don't do anything. First, let's start with a Lydian mode. So I would, in E Lydian, I would play. Remember, I said you flat the 6th in those. So if you flat the 6th of a Lydian, you get a half step between the augmented 4th, the 5th, and the flat 6th. Let's see why that's true. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. Wrong again. Still wrong. I got it right. Yeah, it would be a harmonic major with a raised 4. I've never played that scale in my life. The problem is it has 2 half steps in a row, which leads to diminished third, which I don't like. It doesn't sound right. It's dissonant, but not in a good way. So you don't do a flat 6 with a Lydian mode. So the only ones you can do flat 6 with are the other two, Mixolydian and Ionian. If I do a flat 6 on the Ionian, I get a harmonic major scale. Fair enough. If I flat the 6 in a Mixolydian mode, I get an Aeolian dominant, aka melodic major. Oh yeah. It's Aeolian dominant or melodic major. It's actually it actually is a musical palindrome, because up it's whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, and down. Okay, yeah. Let's do it again. Let me correct that. Up it is whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, and down it's whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. It's the same up as it is down. So it's a musical palindrome. Okay, so that gives you the only other thing to do now is flat the 6 of an Ionian mode, and that gives you a harmonic major scale. Did I do that already? I didn't. Well, okay. Yeah, I don't think I did. So, flat the 6 of an Ionian mode, you get a harmonic major scale. If I did that already, I'm sorry. That's beautiful. Harmonic major, just take a major scale and flat the 6. Alright, that's all the majors you can do. If you take if you make a D mode major, you just go from Dorian to Mixolydian, because a Dorian with a major third is just a Mixolydian, so nothing new there. And then on the flat end, you have 3 minor modes. You're gonna sharp the 7th. So you have Phrygian, Aeolian, and Dorian. Let's sharp the 7th. Well, first of all, let's sharp the 7th of a Phrygian mode. Here's a Phrygian mode. Doesn't get played much, that scale, does it? If I sharp the 7th, I get a I get 2 consecutive half steps, like I did like I did with flatting the 6th of the Lydian mode. So if you take a Phrygian and sharp the 7th, you get this. be a harmonic minor with a flat 2. Doesn't sound good because you have the D sharp to the E to the F. The D sharp is the raised seventh, the F is the flat second, and the E is the tonic. I've been in E all this time. So that doesn't sound good with that half step there. It's even weird to play. I don't like it. So you can flat this, raise the seventh of an Aeolian mode, you get a harmonic minor scale. Here's Aeolian. Raise the seventh. Harmonic minor. Raise the seventh of a Dorian mode, you get a melodic minor. Dorian mode. Raise the seventh. So that's a really good way of looking at, the simple way of looking at all the different four permutations of seven-note scales, which is major, harmonic minor, and melodic minor. Okay. I like my new technique, the Eddie Van Halen idea, the arpeggios, the way I worked it out. You know, like you start with maybe an E major triad. You can go up to F sharp major, or you can go up to F major. Sorry, let's do that again. Okay, sorry. With E major, you can go to F sharp major. Or you can go, and that's up root movement up, average voice movement up one half step. Then you can go to, I can go to C major from E major, so E major. So E major to C major is up a major third. That means it's down a major third because it's up a minor sixth, and down a major third. There's no net voice movement. It evens out to zero because one of the voices stays the same, and the other two go in opposite directions. So it bounces out to zero. So the possibility is go to E major. B major from E major. So E major to B major, you get. So that's net voice movement down a half step, and it's easy to do. And the other end of it, the other example is you can go from E major to A major, and that goes up, average voice movement up a half step, or you can go from E major to G sharp major. That's net root movement up 0. Or you can go A major to C major. That's up a minor third as far as the voicing, because it's from E major to G major. So E major to G major. E major. And that is net voice movement down a half step. So that's a cool little theory to think about. You know, when you're tapping and you're lost and don't know what you're doing, just go to one of those phrases. That's cool. I like it. I like that new theory. I had a theory also where I go from the dominant 7 to the minor tonic, or dominant 7 to the major tonic. Yes, where I go from the dominant 7th to the major tonic, it's 5-7-1 major, or dominant 7 to minor tonic, which is 5-7-1 minor, and you get 24 possibilities in all, because there's 12 dominant 7th chords, but there's 12 major tonics chords, and there's 12 minor tonic chords. So let's say B7 to E major, then C sharp 7 to F sharp minor, and repeat. That's beautiful. Go up the steps of a B major scale. So, or actually, it would be E major. Wait a minute. Yeah, it would be E major. I lift up the low-grade version right there. That sounds better. B7, E major, F sharp 7, no, C sharp 7 to F sharp minor, C sharp 7 to G sharp minor, E7 to A major, F sharp 7 to B, F sharp 7 to B major, G sharp 7 to C sharp minor, and I'm going to skip the D sharp diminished and go to straight to B7 to E major. Beautiful, I like it. And with tapping, you can do it too. You know, you can do the same thing. You can go like I like that. You know, ideas theoretically can make good music, you know, or theoretical ideas can make good music. There's a difference there. And again, with the rhythm thing, keep your chops up. Learn to go off the beat and come back on it. Don't just play straight on the beat all the time. Go like this. Go. See, I wasn't trying to be a robot with the rhythm. I was kind of going off of it and funking it up a little bit, and sometimes doing wrong, but then going back to what I know is right and doing that on purpose. It funks it up a little, you know? Don't always play perfectly. It's boring. Computers can do that, but you play off of it a little bit. You know, I funked up the rhythm a little bit. Sounds better than just playing it straight through cold like you're just a metronome. See what I mean? So anyway, I love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.